That works?
Yep.
Everyone can see it? Okay. Welcome everyone. I'm part of ML6 and we're very happy to host the inaugural AI Tinkerers meetup. It's always fun to bring the community together in this event. I'm just going to do a quick round of introduction. I'm going to introduce myself, ML6 a little bit, and then I'll dive right into the demo. So this is me. Whoa. This is me. I'm Francisco. I'm originally from Portugal. I have a background in electrical and computers engineering. Also did it over there in Portugal. Also studied here data science at UvA. And then I joined ML6 as a machine learning engineer. And I've been with the company for a year and a half. What does ML6 do? So we're a machine learning consultancy company. We implement machine learning solutions for our customers, and we help them navigate their AI journey. And this is just some rough numbers about ML6. We have several, we're spread out across Belgium, the Netherlands, and Germany. We have a bunch of clients, and we're a team of over 100 people. And we dedicate about like 70% of our time to research. And one other thing that we do is that in the last week of each year, we're closed for business, and we do this thing that we call Christmas projects. And during that, so prior to that week, we basically come up with some ideas. Everyone just comes up with some ideas, really anything, and we do some voting. Obviously, the cool ones get to be picked, and then we work on them for that week. We separate ourselves in teams, and so this project is an outcome of that Christmas week, those Christmas projects, and that's what I come here to present to you guys. It's a very upbeat, lightweight demo project, so it's done over the course of a week. So yeah, let's dive in. So you're among peers in the first ever AI Tinkerers event in Amsterdam, and the room buzzes with anticipation for ML6 Choose Your Own Adventure demo. Clap. What is it? I still don't get it, right? What's the main idea? So the idea here is to create a Choose Your Own Adventure game using GenAI with basically endless possibilities, right? For those of you that don't know the Choose Your Own Adventure games, I think they originated in like the 80s, and they're basically these children's books. They're very interactive. Kids can just like go over them. They can choose. They have certain actions, and they have different stories throughout that book. So basically, on a page, they have like, yeah, take that action. Then you go to a certain page, and the outcome of the story is always different. So this is also like done a lot in games. There's even a very popular Netflix movie from Black Mirror, Black Mirror Bandersnatch. Yeah. Exactly, great turn. That follows this Choose Your Own Adventure theme. So basically, that's it. And we decided to, over the course of that week, to experiment with that. So the main features here are basically you need to start from a sort of a theme, a custom synopsis, right? Which can be, for example, sci-fi, fantasy. You generate the rest of the story using an LLM, so using an LLM to orchestrate the whole thing. We want to make the story a little bit more engaging with generated images, and then have a front-end app that connects everything. And then obviously you can add much more features, but time was limited. So this is what we did. A very simple app, front-end with React. And then in the backend, we had a Flask backend sitting on Compute Engine, where we have a main module, which is the story builder service that pretty much holds all the logic. This module calls GPT-4 to basically orchestrate everything. And then we also have music gen to generate music, and Stable Diffusion to generate images to give it a little bit of spice. And then we use Google Cloud Storage for for storage. So it's a very simple application, but I think we managed to pull something fun out of it. So this is a little breakdown of the story building approach. We start with a prologue. So each story consists of a prologue, chapters, and chapters have multiple scenes, then which can go down like a tree path. And then we have an epilogue. We use the top-bottom approach, so we generated the story also before playing it. And starting from the overview of the story, and then diving into the more granular parts, actually helped us with having the LLM generate more consistent stories. There you go, enables more control. And so we did a generation of story with over 100 scenes, and it takes around 10 minutes. So maybe going down the tree, so we have, for example, the story prompt that we give it to GPT-4, and from there we get a prologue, the outline of several chapters, and then an epilogue at the end, right? Then from there we generate a music prompt that's going to be used throughout the whole story. We have scenes for each chapter, and then for each scene we also generate an image using Stable Diffusion. And that's this bottom part, and that's just the example of a chapter, right? Where we have some scenes.
What was the story prompt? Can you read it?
Sorry?
Can you read the story prompt?
The story, sorry?
What was the prompt you used? The story prompt.
Here?
No. So can you give an example of the story prompt?
Ah, yeah, definitely. So that's gonna come up next.
Sorry.
So this is, for example, I think a case. So this is what we do. Actually, it's not here, but it can be really anything. Obviously, you have to play with it to see what comes up. But then the first output that generates the prologue, the chapters, and the epilogue has this format. So you have a prologue, it sets the prologue, and then for each chapter we already have the outline of the chapters, and then for each chapter we're going to have scenes. This is out of that outline we're going to have a music prompt that's going to set the music for the whole story, and then for each scene we generate an image. We enforce a structured JSON output using the OpenAPI specification, and this is so that we can get a structured output and avoid errors. So basically output handling there. So the image generation approach, each scene has one image. Additionally, the story has a summary and prologue. So we experimented for image generation with Stable Diffusion and DALL-E 3. DALL-E 3 is generally a bit nicer in terms of the generation of the images, but it's a little bit more costly and it's harder to control. Stable Diffusion is cheaper and more flexible, so we ended up going with that. In terms of some learnings and future directions, definitely use a monitoring tool to. So this also was just for experimentation in terms of multi-step reasoning for LLMs, a little bit of LLM ops. So monitoring tools like LangFuse really help you in terms of monitoring costs. Facilitates also prompt engineering. Function calls for structuring outputs. It's also a big thing that we've talked about already. Prompt engineering always plays a big difference in terms of the outputs that you get. If you have very complex prompts, that's always like a hint to try and break them down into simpler tasks that you can then reuse, and that helps with mitigating also token limitation. And yeah, of course, just use async programming, whatever you can to speed things up. I think a cool thing to work on, but we never ended up working on that, is to do some dynamic storytelling, so generate as you go, and also that could help and try to work on the consistent image output especially with regards to characters and the setting, etc. But enough talking, and let's go for the demo.
All right.
Let me see if I can pull it up. Oh. Where's my mouse? I can't see.
It's up there, at
Left
the top.
Here?
Top left, yeah.
Yeah, click.
Okay. So I'll do it this way. Okay. Whoa. Okay, we wanna play, and we have here 2 demos, and let's go with the medieval story, for example. And starting up, and this is what it looks like. So, image. So this is, for example, the prologue, right? In an age of myth and legend, where dragons soared high and knights upheld the codes of valor, your story begins. You are the last scion of a noble but forgotten lineage. Right? So we can start the story, and then it should have sound. I'm not sure if I have to up the volume a little bit. A little medieval song, right? And so we have, for example, maybe it's too loud. We have, for example, the echo of ancestral whispers grows stronger as you enter the grand foyer. The heart of the castle whispers. Flickering torches reveal 2 divergent always. Do you follow the left one, or do you follow the left one adorned with ancestral portraits? Do we want to follow it, or do we not want to follow it?
No, it is.
Do we?
Yeah.
No, portraits are boring.
Come on. Yes or no? Yes. I
Follow
see
the
yes. I saw a lot of yeses, so. Let me see.
No, it doesn't work.
Okay. So portrait eyes seem to watch you, guiding you towards a hidden lever behind a dusty frame. Do you pull the lever, hoping to reveal secrets? Are you guys curious?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Danger.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be here, right? Exactly. So a secret passage opens. Do we want to go to the secret passage?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay, so we ended up in the next chapter. So I've played this game before, and honestly, yeah, it's hard to get through the first chapter. So I died a couple of times. But yeah, so you can just keep playing, right? It's nice, a little nice, fun demo. But this is it, and so I think it's a cool little project to do with that.